Okay, cool. Let's continue. So, let's go 10. We'll start with 10. There is a sickness in their hearts. Maladaptive. Maladaptive. There's a sickness in their hearts. And God only lets their sickness increase. So let's discuss that. It's like when you have, so I was thinking about it, like how do I break this down? I need a prop. Okay. Okay, so we have like this sweater here, right? I was explaining this to somebody. So you have the sweater here, okay? Now let's just say like life happens to you, okay? And then you like tweak. So you have like a defense mechanism, okay? Now that defense mechanism blocks the way you can see the world properly. So because it blocks the way you can see the world properly, boom, another defense mechanism comes in because a maladaptive creates maladaptive. The structure is messed up. And then because you have this system, you end up doing some stupid shit. And then you're here and you're here and then you're here. You're like a slinky, right? You're like everything's all maladaptive. Now what's happening is their sickness increases because they went off the straight path, and then because they're off the straight path, they end up doing more stupid shit, and then more stupid shit, and then more stupid shit, and then more stupid shit. And then before you know it, they're like a pimp. And you're like, bro, how did that cute little boy become a pimp? It's like the way the cute little boy became a pimp is because like something happened in his life, and then he went like off the straight path. And like if you're, so then the next line, does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, I'll explain it to you a different way. I'll do it right now, actually. So I'm just going to find like props to do it. Okay, forget my props. Do it yourself. Okay, so take a glass. You know what? Do I have the time to do it right now? I'll do it right now. Okay, so here's another example of like how it works. Okay, so like something weird happens, right, in your life. And then because of that, you create like a defense mechanism, which is like off the straight path. Okay, and then what happens is you start seeing the world like this. So you think you can see, but see, do you see how your perception is like all off? So because your perception's all off, look how funny I look in here. So because your perception is all off, then you're gonna stumble and then do some more stuff. And then it becomes like this. Now you think you can see, but you're totally blind, but you don't know that you can see. Now you tell me, somebody who can see like this, how the hell are they gonna be on the straight path? It's impossible. So then what happens is they do this. Okay? So then you have to, you know what I'm saying? Like they're trying to see through this. You can kind of still see me, but like that's their view. Dog, wear like a big pair of glasses, you won't be able to see nothing. How are you going to walk on the straight path? Go put that on. You can't see nothing. So you can't be on the straight path. It's like absolutely impossible to be on the straight path if you can't see. So then the question becomes like, is it your fault though? This is like the idea is like what is up to you and what's not up to you. Now this is like the actual question that you like have to ask yourself. It's like, am I responsible for my own actions no matter what happens to me? Does that make sense? Like no matter what happens to me, just because like you were like beat as a child doesn't mean you can go around beating people. Right? This is like the subjective understanding of the world. Now, people ask, like, doesn't God, I saw like a comment, somebody write a comment, so I hope you're watching this. So like somebody were like, doesn't God want you to believe? Like, I guess, but like, I think that like God is like, I think that these rules are like the laws of nature. And this, and like these books, like between this and the Bible are like ways to like clear out the nature. Because nature sits in good and evil. So if you can't see properly, the devil is going to grab you because you can't see. So then how do you see? This is another question. But maybe part of it is clearing out the defense mechanism. So we saw here that like, look, defense mechanism, defense mechanism, defense mechanism, defense mechanism, defense mechanism, defense mechanism. How far did you go? You went nowhere. So you came a long way, but you went the wrong way. That's how far you should have went. So you went the same distance, but you didn't go anywhere. And because there's a sickness in your heart. Now so every action, so it's the third law, Newton's law, is like every action has an opposite and equal reaction. These are laws of nature. These are God's laws, obviously. They were just describing God's laws. Every action has an opposite reaction. So because every action has an opposite reaction, the harm that you do to others, you like literally feel that harm. And that's why your soul hurts. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. So there's a sickness in their heart, and they will suffer a painful punishment for their lies. And they're lying to themselves, so they're already being punished. You feel hurt in your soul, it's because you're already lying to yourself. You're living a lie. This is why the soldiers can't sleep. This is why. Because they were tricked, they were lied, and now they're haunted. Their soul is haunted by the actions that they have done. The pain, the punishment's already here. This is why the pharmaceutical drugs won't be able to save these people. These people killing innocent people, they can't save them. They're already in hell. Go talk to one of them. You'll see. I have. I know. I'm not making this stuff up. These are God's laws. These are God's laws already. Whether or not you want to believe in a book or not, you can see that there's God's laws. They are told, do not spread corruption in the land. They reply, we are only peacemakers. Indeed, they are those who are the corruptors. Indeed, it is they who are the corruptors, but they fail to perceive it. Why? Why do they fail to perceive it? You see? You see why they fail to perceive it? How can you see? You're blind. You're blind. You're blind. That's why you can't see. Duh. Okay, I hope that made sense. Guys, push back all the way. All the way, push back, please. I want to see it. I want to see the arguments. I hope people can see this video. I hope it makes sense to you. And if it doesn't, I'll explain it another way. No problem. I get it. I understand this stuff, I think. Maybe I'm one of these people, you know? That's why you should humble yourself, you know? But I understand the psychology of it, at least. Okay. Salut. Ciao, ciao, ciao.